Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jumoke Jeje and I am a travel content creator. So I bring you exciting travel destinations, and I also talk about some of the visa-free countries that you can visit. And what this means for me is that I get to visit those countries, and then I come to tell you that it's possible to visit those countries as a Nigerian passport holder. And I also talk about some of the world visas. So if you are looking to apply for any visa, make sure to always come to this channel or look out for my videos, because I might be talking about that particular visa that you want to apply for. And then also, if you are a slow traveler, a fast traveler, an upcoming traveler, or you just developed this sudden interest for travel and you just need somebody to guide you, or you just want to start from somewhere, then this is the right channel for you. So make sure to stick around, make sure to subscribe, okay? And also to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always engaging my videos. You guys are the real MVP. Okay guys, so in today's video I want to talk about how to get the Egypt visa. So in this video, I want to talk about the visa that you have to obtain from the embassy, and also talk about the visa on arrival. So as you are aware, or if you are not aware, the Egypt embassy have made it compulsory now to obtain the visa from their embassy to be able to go to Egypt. Before now, you can just, get the visa on arrival. But there have been stories of, people being turned back and told to come back to their country of residence to get the Egypt visa. This video is just basically to guide you and to make sure that you're making the informed decision and you know the right thing to do before planning your travel to Egypt. So for instance, if you are going to Cairo, you're going to Giza, you're going to the Fins, you need to get the single entry visa or the multiple entry visa from the Egypt embassy. Majorly in this video, I want to talk about those Nigerians resident in the UK, or if you are from any African country and you're resident in the UK, or you are from one of the third world country and you need a visa to go to Egypt, this video is for you. So if you're a British national, you are from those countries that are exempted from getting a visa to Egypt, then you can skip this video. I want to talk about types of visa that you need to obtain to go to Egypt, and specifically the cities in Egypt that require that type of visa. So if you are going to Giza, you're going to the Sphinx, you're going to Cairo, you would need to go physically to the embassy in your country of residence to obtain the single entry visa or the multiple entry visa. And now you don't necessarily need to go physically to the embassy to get these visas. So I'm going to be talking more about this. And then if you're going to somewhere like Hurghada, so for now, I know that if you're going to Hurghada, you don't need to get the embassy visa, as you can always get the visa on arrival when you get to Egypt. To get the single entry or the multiple entry visa, I'm just going to use myself as an example, what I did, how I was able to get the visa applying from the UK. So if you are based in the UK, this is the process and the way to go about getting the single entry or the multiple entry visa. So the first thing you need to do is to download the visa application form. You can always get it on Google. Next, you have to go to any post office. You need to get a postal order. So it's £103 for the visa, and then you need to come with your BRP, your passport, 2 passport photographs. Of course, you need to fill the application form and then attach your passport photograph to the application form. You need to also print out your biometric resident permit, and you need to get like a return bag, maybe next day delivery, special delivery. I would recommend next day delivery or special delivery, both ways, sending your visa. For example, if you're living in Leeds, and you need to send your passport, your document from the post office to the Egypt embassy. I just recommend you do the next day delivery. It just makes it better. So you go and you pay for your posting packaging fee and put all your documents, and then they deliver it next day to the embassy. And then when the embassy is done making their decision, they also send it back and you receive it next day. So I think that's more better. It's better to do the priority service. So the document that you need to go with and send via the post office are your passport photograph, 2 copies, your international passport. You don't need to make a photocopy of this, as you'll be sending the international passport directly, because they need to attach the visa to the passport. And then you need to make a photocopy of your biometric resident permit, and then you need to fill in the application form, and then put together everything, get the poster order. I'm going to attach a picture of how the poster order looks. It's just basically the amount of the visa, so you're just getting it in like a poster order. Then you put all of that in the envelope, and then get a special bag, like I said, next day delivery, and then send it to the Egyptian embassy. So you need to put the address of the embassy on the, don't worry, when you get to the post office they will guide you on how to do that, but you'll find the address of the Egypt embassy on the application form. And then also on the post order, you have to send it to the Egyptian consulate. Yeah, so you put it to the Egyptian consulate, London. Yeah, and yes, so that is it for the single entry. So for the multiple entry as well, that is the same process. If you're not going physically to the embassy to submit your document, it's the same process. You just need to I think the multiple entry is £153, so you need to get a poster order for that amount, and also indicate on your form that it is multiple entry. Another important thing that you need to have ready for your application form is the address where you'll be staying in Egypt. So you book for your accommodation, and then you put the address. And then they will ask questions like, do you have relative in Egypt? If you don't, you just tick no for all the other questions that they're going to be asking if they are not applicable to you. So then if you're applying directly to the embassy, maybe you want to travel to Egypt and you want your visa to be out in a short time, you don't want to wait for 5 to 7 working days before getting your visa, you can actually walk in to the embassy in London to submit your passport, right? So you just go there, you walk in, you submit your passport. So you can either go for the single entry or the multiple entry. Yeah, so that is that about how to apply for the multiple entry and the single entry Egypt visa. Okay, so let me quickly touch on the visa on arrival before I make my comparisons. So for the visa on arrival, I know that some nationals are exempted from applying directly to the embassy for the Egypt visa. So if you are a national, or if you're a British national, you don't need to get the embassy visa, as you can always get the visa on arrival, and the visa on arrival is just $25. This is for those that are exempted from the embassy visa. I know that if you're in Nigeria, you need to go physically to the embassy to get the Egypt visa. And then I know that for some countries, you don't need the visas, you can always get the visa on arrival. So the visa on arrival is $25, and you can get it once you arrive in Egypt. So for the visa on arrival, the mode of payment depends on the airport. Yeah, but one thing I've discovered is that they don't allow you can't pay with Egyptian currency, so you have to make sure that you have your dollar in cash, or you can use your card to pay. So a friend of mine traveled to Gaga and she obtained the visa on arrival, and one thing she said was that it is better to pay with your card because you get better rates when you pay with your card compared to paying by cash. So if you have your Visa card, you can always pay at the airport. And then another very important thing to take note of is that I know that it's Egypt and they're supposed to be accepting their currency, but unfortunately, they do not accept their currency for the visa on arrival. They only accept card payments or cash payments, dollar cash payments. So the fee for the visa on arrival is $25. So make sure that you have that handy, or make sure you have a card to pay. And then going back to the comparison, I think that the difference is very huge, especially for the amount you have to pay to get the multiple entry visa and the single entry visa. And by the way, the multiple entry visa just allows you to come into the country within 6 months of getting the visa. So you can travel to Egypt as many times within 6 months. But when you get the single entry visa, you can only just enter once. Yeah, I know. It just makes sense to get the multiple entry if you intend to go to, Egypt as many times as possible. But since I don't plan to go back there, I just did the single entry visa. And then also, I think that the difference in the price is a lot, especially that the visa on arrival is $25 and the single and multiple entry visa is around, the single entry visa is £103, and then you have to also pay for the posting fee. You have to pay for some things at the post office, and then the multiple entry is £153, and then you have to also travel all the way to the embassy, or I mean, for those that want it quickly, you have to go to the embassy. It's quite stressful and all of that, and the difference in the price is quite a lot. But I would just really advise that it is better to get I'm just speaking from personal experience. It's just better to make sure that you get your visa before going, especially because some of all these countries, their immigration rules changes all the time. So it just makes sense that you are not, delayed at the airport, you are not turned back, or you are not told to wait longer. So it's just better to just get the embassy visa, the single or multiple entry visa. But for now, I know that if you're going to Hurghada, you don't necessarily need the single or multiple entry visa. For now, I know about Hurghada, but I know that if you're going to Cairo, if you're going to Giza, you need to get the multiple or single entry visa. Now, before doing this video, during my trip, I asked questions at the border, and I was told that before you get into Cairo or Giza, you need to get the single or multiple entry visa. But if you're going to other cities in Egypt, you can get the visa on arrival. I hope that this video is super helpful to you, and you are, and you get all the necessary information that you need. If you want any further clarification, or you want me to expand on some things, you can drop me a comment, and you can also send me an email, and I'll be there to answer you ASAP. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.